Cameron McCarty. I appreciate you for tuning in. If you're listening out there on the roadways, reach over, turn us up, but make sure you're buckling up. And if you're out there on 540 Glenwood, wherever you might be, just want to make sure you're buckling up. And if you're watching out there on one of the streams, YouTube, Facebook, Live 365, wherever you might be watching from, we're going to get this stream up and going. I appreciate you as well. Go ahead, put something in the comments, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let us know you're watching. We appreciate you. And they say it helps the algorithm or something like that. And no matter where you're watching or listening to this, this is a call-in show. And that means when we're not playing music, the phone lines are wide open. And that phone number is 919-899-9305. That's 919-899-9305. Look, we got a jam-packed show for you today. This is one of those shows. So if you're not familiar with the show or with what we're doing here on the RDU Live radio show, is every month, at least once a month, we're doing a local artist playlist show. And you kind of heard a little bit of a track right there off the top. That was J Faith. We're actually going to run that whole track. But we got about 5 artists today. We have 5 local artists that have sent their music in. They've submitted their music. They followed all the directions. They got it in. And we're going to be playing their songs live on the radio today. And we're going to be doing this show at least once a month. So today is July 30th. This is the show for July. Next month will be, I want to say August 26th, something of that nature. And that'll be hosted by Tyra Lynn. She's another host here on the RDU Live radio show right here on Oak 93.5. She'll be hosting that show. And so we'll be putting out the information. If you're an artist out there and you're getting prepared and you got some music that you want to be played live right here on the FM dial, then be looking out for that communication, because we're looking to showcase people. So we like to keep it under 10 slots. It all depends on how much time we have and who submits and who does all the requirements. And so today we have 5 artists that we're going to play. And those artists are J Faith, Estella Johns, St. Pat, Eddie Lowe, and Proton. That's J Faith, Estella Johns, St. Pat, Eddie Lowe, and Proton. And the way we're going to structure this show today, the way we're going to do this, we only have 5 tracks, so that's really good. We're going to be able to slow this thing down and really get everything played and taken care of here. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the tracks, and then we're going to give some time in between. We're not going to play them one after the other. And the reason we're doing that is because if you're an artist out there, if you're one of the artists, one of the 5 artists, we want to give you time to get the whole family around the computer, the whole family in the car, whatever, ready for your track to come up. So we're going to preview, or we're going to say what track is coming up. And when you hear your name, I want you to get the whole family, get everybody watching, give you time to set yourself up so that you can hear your track being played on the radio. So that's how we're going to do that in just a second. But if you've been listening to this show, to the RDU Live radio show, especially when I'm the host, we always start the show off with something that's real, that's relevant to the triangle of the world at large. That's just what we do. The show is rooted in music. It's rooted in the concept of playing artistry, and as well as entrepreneurship and everything like that in the triangle. And but we also extend past that. This is a radio show, so we talk about different topics, different things, just to have a conversation. Remember, this is a call-in show, so when we're not playing music, the conversation is still going, okay? So one of the things I just wanted to hit on, I talked about it on the last Cam's conversation. We've been talking about this concept of people moving into an area, or this area of the triangle specifically, and how it's impacting different things and the different economic impacts that are going on in the triangle. And something that has happened over the last 2 weeks is been noticing unfortunate things happening in regards to local restaurants. There's a few that have been closing their doors or transitioning themselves out of the brick and mortar, meaning they have storefronts or they have restaurants, and they're having to transition into either a new location or a mobile situation or just not at all because of different factors. And a lot of those factors being the increase in rent prices. The increase in rent prices, and we're not talking just residential, we're talking commercial. And it's kind of happening at an alarming rate over the last 2 weeks. If you're in the area, you kind of know that a lot of staple places have been closing their doors. And this has honestly been happening over the last couple years. But recently, it's starting to ramp up. And, we're 4 years, almost 5 years away from COVID. So it's not really that concept anymore. It's actually an economic impact that's happening with a lot of people moving in and a lot of the home prices going up and a lot of different things happening. And with the closure of these places, it's a thing that happens in business. It's a thing that happens in business, but it's the culture here. It's the culture that's impacted. A lot of these places one to name just to put out on the airwaves is BU Cafe. And Dorian, the owner, he put out a statement and different reasons behind it, some good, some bad, just different reasons. But it was a staple on that Main Street corridor over in Durham. And there's other businesses that are closing their doors for very similar reasons. And so we're finding ourselves in a trend here. We're finding ourselves in a trend. And we have to collectively come up with some ideas and some ways to curb this. I mean, local business owners, that's in the last 10 to 15 years, that's how the Triangle has really created a culture. There's an economic boom, of course, that is led by RTP and big tech in this area. But the small business owners really have led a culture shift in a positive way. And the reason I keep bringing this up on the airways is just to remind us and to keep us abreast of the things that's going on in our, in the Triangle and in our area. And, if you're a small business owner, know of a small business owner, if you're an entrepreneur and you have insight and or just want to dive deeper into these conversations, definitely feel free to reach out to us. This is an ongoing conversation. This is just something that I have on my heart to talk to the listeners about because it impacts everything. It impacts economics. It impacts the arts. It impacts music. Where can these artists get booked to play? Like all those things fold into one another. We're having restaurants that would be having open mic nights and live music. They're closing. So then where do these artists go play? So we have to have these bigger conversations and really, put some onus onto our representatives and really start figuring out different solutions on how to reverse this trend. Okay, that was my topic. That was my little soliloquy, my diatribe, if you want to call it, right there at the top. We're going to get into this music. I hope that, people have started to come into the streams or have tuned us in on the airwaves. I'm going to kind of recap some things. This is the playlist show today. We're playing local artists. We have 5 artists that we're going to be showcasing. We have Jay Faith, Estella John, St. Pat, Eddie Lowe, and Proton. We got some tracks for them that we're going to be playing. We're going to start this thing off now. So Jay Faith, I appreciate you. This is your second time submitting. Always appreciative of you doing the things. You're submitting everything. Always easy to work with. A pleasure working with you. Go ahead. Turn the volume up and get ready for your song to be played. Make sure everybody's gathering around. He submitted Breaking Free. So we're about to run this track. Jay Faith, Breaking Free.
Oh yeah, He's breaking me free. He's breaking me free.
Is it me? Can this be real? I'm learning how to deal with my problems that I face, cause I know they won't erase. And it tends to gets me down, keeps me down from being great. Every time I wanna rise, seems like I can't elevate, but I try. I jump before I fly. I'm sorry that I'm human, I'm dealing with this pride. If you look into my eyes, you can see it that I'm hurting. I'm not who I used to be. I know that God is working on me, and He's breaking me free. Oh, He's breaking me free. It's gonna get better, and I know it's life. I believe by faith over sight, cause I put my trust in you. Oh, one shot I have, it's my chance for me to take, cause the world is watching me and I can let them see me pray. They don't need to see what's fake, they wanna know what's real. Is the God in me? Come closer, you will feel your life He wants to heal. He knows where you stand, He's waiting on you. Just let Him take your hand. I promise He has a better plan. Can this be real? I'm learning how to deal with my problems that I face, cause I know they won't erase. And it tends to gets me down, keeps me down from being great. Every time I wanna rise, seems like I can't elevate, but I try. I jump before I fly. I'm sorry that I'm human, I'm dealing with this pride. If you look into my eyes, you can see it that I'm hurting. I'm not who I used to be. I know that God is working on me,
breaking me free. He's breaking me free. He's breaking me free. He's breaking me free.
That was Breaking Free. Breaking Free by J Faith. Man, I appreciate the smooth sounds there with the acoustic in the background. Breaking Free. That's one of those songs. That's one of those songs that you kind of listen to and you just kind of relax. And you got a good voice there, man. You got a good voice, J Faith. I appreciate you. Like I said, this is the second submission, the second time. Keep submitting, man. Keep submitting. We appreciate you submitting your music and having you on. And love to hear it. Love to hear it. That was Breaking Free by J Faith. Okay. So the next track, we're going to wait a second, but the next track we're going to have up is Estella Johns. Estella Johns, Don't Give Up. So Miss Estella Johns, if you're out there listening, go ahead. Make sure you got the family tuning in. We're going to be running your track in about 2 minutes or so. Just to make sure that everybody's getting in and everybody is hearing what you got going on. So real quick, if we all know, the Olympics are going on right now. You know, everybody has their different opinion about the Olympics and, you know, all the controversy that's going on around it. But the Olympics are going on right now. So just want to give a shout out to all the Olympians, all the athletes out there. There's about 12 athletes that are actually from North Carolina, namely Steph Curry being one. I think this is his first Olympics or something like that. So yeah, shout out to all the North Carolina athletes that are over in Paris right now, representing the country, doing their thing. And you know, if you have an opinion about the Olympics, I'd love to hear it. That's kind of a buzz topic right now. You know, I think the Olympics are cool to watch. I think they're cool to watch, but I like sports. I like sports. I like athletics. I think the opening ceremony was beautiful from a media standpoint, from a video standpoint. But you know, there's imagery. There is imagery in it, and the imagery was strong. I mean, they're in Paris, they're in France. You know, they do the arts. The imagery was quite strong this year. So I'd be interested if anybody has an opinion and wants to talk about that. I'm all ears. You know, I'm kind of ambivalent. Meaning, you know, I kind of, yeah, it was cool, whatever. But I just want to see them play basketball. That's really what I want to see. You know, I want to see somebody jump over somebody or something like that. And that's why I watch the Olympics. Opening ceremony, whatever. Speaking of which, Snoop Dogg is one of the commentators. If you have not heard him commentate one of the sports, you have got to listen. You've got to listen to Snoop Dogg. It's probably the best I've heard from a commentator's perspective. Not because it's good commentating, but because it's hilarious. All right. Estella Johns, I hope you're out there. I hope you're listening. I hope the whole family's gathered around the computer, gathered around somewhere so they can hear your track coming up. We have Don't Give Up. Don't Give Up. So we just had Breaking Free by J Faith. And right now, we're about to do Don't Give Up by Estella Johns.
Sometimes you go through things that you just don't understand. They say, no test, no testimony. Sometimes you feel so alone, like no one cares, understand, listen, nor see you. At times you want to call it quits. But if you do that, anxiety, depression, PTSD, stress, and many more things will set in. You feel like there is no hope. But I'm here to tell you to let go and let God. He is the only one that can bring you through this. So don't give up. Don't take it, 'cause you can make it. You are not alone, you're not on your own. You are stronger than you know. So hold on, don't let go. God sees your tears, He even knows your fear. There is hope, so don't give up. He knows what you're going through. So wipe your eyes, we're praying for you. Hold your head up high. I know it gets hard sometimes. You're stronger than you know.
That was Don't Give Up by Estella Stella Johns. Don't Give Up by Stella Johns. I appreciate the message in there and the instrumentation. And live instrumentation with a good message and some good vocals on that. I appreciate that message 100%. I heard something in there that said, no, there's no testimony without the test, right? No testimony without the test. So I can completely attest to that. You see what I did there? You just see what I did there. Look, we appreciate that track, Don't Give Up by Estella John. So far we've played Breaking Free by Jay Faith, and we just ran the track Estella John's Don't Give Up. If you're just now joining in or you're just kind of coming into this thing today, this is the RDU Live radio show right here on Oak 93.5. And today is our local artist playlist show. We have 5 artists that we're showcasing, meaning they submitted some music into us. And now they have the opportunity to hear their music being played right here live on the FM airwaves, right here on the Oak 93.5 platform, the RDU Live radio show. And I'm the host, Cameron McCarty. And look, when we're not playing music, the phone lines are wide open. And that phone number is 919-899-9305. So we're playing music and having some conversation in between. We started out, with the relevant topic to the Triangle here, just about businesses and what's going on with closures of restaurants and different things coming in, opening up, closing down, and just how we feel about the culture of the Triangle and how it's shifting or not. That's just my opinion. So, someone else may have a different opinion, but that's why we're doing this. And then we were just talking about the Olympics. That's a buzzword or a buzz topic right now. It's the Olympics, and, they're over in Paris, the opening ceremony, and how different people feel about it. So we're just having conversation in between these songs. And the reason we're pausing just a little bit in between the songs is because I want to give these artists a chance to make sure that they have everybody tuning in, that they know that their song's coming up. So St. Pat, you're up next. St. Pat, he's actually been a guest on the show with Camus Leonardo. Camus Leonardo is a host here on the RDU Live show. He has the Tapped In series, and he had St. Pat sitting over there on one of these type shows. And so St. Pat, we're fortunate enough that he has submitted some music in to us to get played on this July 30th, this Tuesday. So St. Pat, if you're out there listening, make sure that everybody's tuning in, make sure that everybody's watching, giving you that moment. He submitted us Stay Down. Okay? So St. Pat, this is for you. This is yours. We're about to run Stay Down by St. Pat.
St. Pat with the heat, boy.
Stay down till you come back up. Never worry about a hater, they just wanna be us. Stay on your grind, don't lose focus. And if you feel how I feel, put your hands up. Stay down till you come back up. Never worry about a hater, they just wanna be us. Stay on your grind, don't lose focus. And if you feel how I feel, put your hands up. Look, no time for timid, grind and get it. Gotta be a fool to think only the sky's the limit. Snap back on the track, no cap that's fitted. I'm just working with the vision and the talent I'm given. From rags to riches, that there is the mission. This can touch you in your soul if you care to listen. How that boy down to earth still flies a pigeon. Describing myself in one word, a villain. I done peeked the system and acquired the wisdom to determine the difference between fact and fiction. Used to be a victim of my own mental prison. That it land just foreign to me like Great Britain. No overnight success, this requires some minutes. I don't need it. Guessing me, I stay driven, been through a lot of dark times. I'm a beautiful spirit. When I make it to the top, you best bear witness. Stay down till you come back up. Never worry about a hater, they just wanna be us. Stay on your grind, don't lose focus. And if you feel how I feel, put your hands up. Stay down till you come back up. Never worry about a hater, they just wanna be us. Stay on your grind, don't lose focus. And if you feel how I feel, put your hands up. I'm 5'9", was standing on 10 toes. But when it comes to goals, I'm tall as Manute Bowl. I'm a true soul in every sense of the word. I've been the pick of the litter, I'm getting it first. Now I realize I may not be what people prefer, and that's cool, long as you know you getting this work. The definition of consistent like Tim with the Spurs. I'm a Carolina legend like Jonathan Kirk. I nigga flow like water, Bruce Lee with the words. Ready and willing to handle anything that occur. One thing I picked up in this life that I've learned, as I'm riding my own wave, I'm willing to surf. I won't stop. No, I'm so free. I'm gonna always be me. Saint P-A-T. Stay down till you come back up. Never worry about a hater, they just wanna be us. Stay on your grind, don't lose focus. And if you feel how I feel, put your hands up. Stay down till you come back up. Never worry about a hater, they just wanna be us. Stay on your grind, don't lose focus. And if you feel how I feel, put your hands up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That was St. Pat. That was St. Pat. Stay down. Stay down by St. Pat. St. Pat, we appreciate you for submitting that and sending that music in, getting all the artwork in there. If you're watching on the stream, you're probably seeing the artwork come up of the artist or their song, who they are. We're just trying to give a chance for these artists to promote themselves, an opportunity, a platform. There's a lot of platforms out here, and we're just one of them. And, you know, we try to preach this. Preach may be the wrong word. We try to encourage this of get your music out. Get your music out to the different platforms, to all the podcasts, all the radio shows you can. Just get your music to the people. And we want to provide different ways and places. And this playlist show is one of the ways in which we're doing that, right? So this playlist show is just a vehicle. It's one of the many vehicles that, you know, local artists can get in front of a local audience, whether that be on stage or on the radio with somebody listening on the FM dial. And luckily and fortunately for us, you know, we're able to stream these things at the same time. We're able to simulcast, stream these things to YouTube and Facebook and Live 365. So we're internet radio as well as on the FM dial. We're able to do these things, fortunately, here at Oak 93.5. And these artists are able to get exposed to wide audiences, whether that's here locally in the Triangle and whoever might be watching out there in the wide world, web world, that kind of thing. So cool. St. Pat, appreciate you. So if you're keeping tabs on us, we've played J Faith, Breaking Free. That was the first track we ran with. J Faith, Breaking Free. Then next we played Don't Give Up by Estella Johns. Don't Give Up by Estella Johns. Some wonderful instrumentation on that track. Don't Give Up by Estella Johns. And our latest track that we just played was Stay Down by St. Pat. Stay Down by St. Pat. St. Pat has actually been in the studio here as a guest sitting on the other side of the table. We appreciate you, St. Pat, for submitting that music, and all the artists for submitting their music in. Okay. So next up, we have Eddie Lowe. And I think the title of the track is it's you with 6 H's. I had to count the H's when I named the track, when I sent it in to the station here. It's Eddie Lowe with So Eddie Lowe, if you're listening out there, go ahead and make sure people are filing in, that you got the links out, or however people are going to be listening. We want to give you a chance to make sure that people are listening. So that's going to come up in about, I don't know, we're going to run that in about 60 seconds or so, in about 60 seconds. So Eddie Lowe, make sure you're getting your people in onto the stream. So, hey, we're just having different conversations here. We're having different conversations and just talking about things. So I'm going to take this moment just to say what's coming up next. So next week, Tyra Lynn will be back here. Tyra Lynn is another host. She has her segment, Tyra Lynn Tunes In. We're really excited to have her a part of the RDU Live radio show, a part of Oak 93.5. She'll be on next week. She has a guest. I'm actually going to say who the guest is a little bit later because I'm going to recap that. She has a guest next week, so make sure you're tuning in to Tyra Lynn Tunes In. Man, I'm on it today. I'm on it. You see what I did there? Tune in to Tyra Lynn Tunes In. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Cool. Enough of me talking. All right, so we're going to go with this track. Eddie Lowe with All right, let's run it.
Sweet to the low to the money. Same as a beat to the honey. Same as my D to this honey. She want it, she get it. Now yelling, she love me. Sweet to the low to the money. She on her knees, give me scully. Told me she loving my tummy. She like how I dress and she said I'm real funny.
Crecí con Jesucristo, no era para mí, bro, desde 5 lo resisto. Al vato nunca he visto, desde chico he sido listo. On point just like a pistol, se me pegan si la rola pega como so resisto. Pulling to the party just to leave, so eco-friendly, casi ni me han visto. Me he visto como sea, tengo la camisa negra con las botas de culebra si la vida es culera. Baby, shake it like an epileptic. Whoa, girl, tell me your intentions. Oh, cause you're looking kinda freaky. Honestly, you're really pretty, and I like to keep it to myself. I'm selfish. I wasn't even really gonna say shit, no, but I think you got me mistaken. No quiero jugar contigo, si te quiero te lo digo, pero no anda rogando que te quedes. No.
Sweet to the low to the money. Same as a beat to the honey. Same as my D to this honey. She want it, she get it. Now yelling, she love me. Sweet to the low to the money. She on her knees, give me scully. Told me she loving my tummy. She like how I dress and she said I'm real funny.
I'm the type of person to make good investments. Light up the room so I stay fluorescent. Shoot for the moon, no matter the crescent. And light up the mood like an antidepressant. Life of the party, yeah, they call me that. Chick by my army, some salty brats. I'm faulty, got nothing a little but cardio. Up in downtown Raleigh, cannot fix right. Walking in the club, luego mueve nalga. No importa la canción, shorty va me acompaña. Está caliente, desempaña mis lentes. Y todas las gentes ven cómo lo mueve like Todas las gentes ven cómo lo mueve like
Sweet to the low to the money. Same as a beat to the honey. Same as my D to this honey. She want it, she get it. Now yelling, she love me. Sweet to the low to the money. She on her knees, give me scully. Told me she loving my tummy. She like how I dress and she said I'm real funny.
That was now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. After you listen to the track, you really understand it. That was by Eddie Lowe. Eddie Lowe, I appreciate you for sending your music in, submitting the track, and doing all the things that we asked and required. We really appreciate that. That was one of them things you just kind of bump your shoulders to, right? Hey, I got to work on my foreign language, right? It's crazy we're talking about the Olympics. I took like 4 years of French in high school, and then, in college I took French, and I won't say how I did, but I took it, and I know a couple words. And so Spanish, I'm not there yet. So, hey, I couldn't understand the words, but I was vibing with the first part of that song. I was like, okay, we in here. But again, I got to bone up on my Spanish. I got to bone up on it. So now we appreciate Eddie Lowe. We appreciate Eddie Lowe and all the artists. So if you're just coming in, if you came in mid-song, you just came in, we appreciate you. If you're out there on Instagram, I'm going live right now. If you're out there, we appreciate you as well. This is the Artist Playlist Show right here on the RDU Live Radio Show. We're playing local artists. So we've run J Faith, and we've run Estella Johns and St. Pat. Those artists, we have played their music, and then we just got done playing Eddie Lowe. We have one more artist to go. to fulfill the playlist show today, July 30th, Tuesday, right here on Oak 93.5. So our next artist in the bill, the next artist on the bill in the list is Proton. Proton, hey, if you're listening out there, make sure that all your family members, all your friends are ready to go. We're going to be playing your song in about 30, 60 seconds or so. Just giving everybody a chance to come on into the stream, turn their radios up, make sure the computer's turned up or whatever. Go ahead and text everybody and let them know. But we're going to be playing Proton Trials. It's a very simple title, Trials. All right. Gonna be playing that in just a second. Hey, look, when we're not playing music in these moments, when we're not playing music, remember the phone lines are wide open. The phone lines are wide open, and that phone number is 919-899-9305. That's 919-899-9305. We're having a couple reoccurring conversations here. We're talking about business and economics in the Triangle, entrepreneurship and how it affects the culture, the arts, music, how it affects the gigging landscape for musicians. Do they have enough places to play? We were having a conversation with Alan Thompson a couple weeks ago, wonderful musician, entrepreneur, father, and as he says, heavy on the husband. He's all of the above. And we were just having a full-fledged, well-rounded conversation about these things. And we were talking about venues and how musicians, he's a saxophonist, so he's a musician by trade, and how and where musicians can play and have the opportunity to play and make a living playing here in the local community. And I was thinking about that conversation, and I'm challenging us to think about the venues and the business owners. How do we support them so that they can support the artists? So that we can have shows, so that we can have, go out and eat a meal and hear a live jazz band, or we can go out to a show for our favorite hip hop artist here locally, and they don't have to go so far to feel like they've made it. Right? But we have to have venues. We have to have places. We have to have media. We have to have all the things around to support. And so when we see restaurants closing, yes, it impacts the food industry, but the food industry, it directly impacts the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry directly impacts the sports industry, and so on and so forth. It's very cyclical. So all the conversations matter. All the conversations matter. So that's what we're having right here. That's what we're just talking about, reoccurring thing. And then just something to kind of talk about if you feel like it. The Olympics are happening right now. My French is pretty bad. I took French. It's bad. So I'm not going to try anything. I think I got Je m'appelle Cameron. My name is Cameron. Something like that. I talk too much. Okay. Let's Eddie Lowe. We just finished Eddie Lowe. Proton, if you're out there, this is for you. This is Trials by Proton.
Shout out Iz, man, in the studio jam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we turn up to something. Ain't gon' try. Did the same old half for the same old line, but we back on the same old time. Never stay for man, cause it's way my bag. Was a class I can never refine. Dodging obstacles up in the course. I grabbed all the options I store, made the race to lap. If I crash in the bushes and make me mad, game repair where it's always looks sad. Sad now matter, not me, must have been a header. Either way, is it gonna matter? If I can't own up to my own shit, then I might as well take that letter. Won't hold what I spit, you can see it in my mind, it's quick. Gotta let it hit, spray off from my hip, squeeze off like a bladder. Second step is bitch, check on your chain. Only wanting to chirp about foolish ways. Money was spent like they never abused it. Still after they came for your neck, that they ruthless. Right in front of their kids. Must have been something up with their own head. Shit ain't making no sense why they still at their heart, even when they alone in their own bed. Ooh, I ain't never gon' run. Got bros that'll pull up with a gun. Don't grip what I never learned from. They trip cause we always have fun. Ooh, I ain't never gon' run. Got bros that'll pull up with a gun. Don't grip what I never learned from. They trip cause we always have fun. excuse I abuse every piece of mine. Only try to have me on a fuse like a race of time. No, I said what's kept me confused. Can we break the bind? Steady lying to make it a ruse. Cut it off and just try. Try hard. Pull back till you make it in my yard. By y'all, really ain't an issue to the suckers. Really issues just to get a little stitch up off a try hard. Swerve, now you're popping up a curb. After what you steady kept it popping in your mouth, and now you're slurring on your words. Now you're slurring on your words. So turn it down, I'm a broke AC. Stay hot, I'm around with so I see. No smoke, no sound, little chirp from he, not him, that's me. You ain't on my team. Float far like dreams, lightness, lightning. W, no wind, vision blurred, it beams. So we never gonna do it, pretend at the end of it all. It'll shake it, change what it means. For a better excuse, I abuse every piece of mine. Only try to have me on a fuse like a race of time. No, I said what's kept me confused. Can we break the bind? Steady lying to make it a ruse. Cut it off and just try. I got trust out there, go on and on and on.
That was Trials by Proton. Hey, Proton, we appreciate you for submitting your music and doing everything that was asked and required to get your song featured here on the playlist show today. So we really appreciate Proton and Trials. Good message to these songs. It's a running theme. Good message to these songs. We appreciate all the artists. We had 5 artists today. We had J Faith, we had Saint Pat, we had Eddie Lowe, and we had Proton. We appreciate all those artists for submitting their music, doing everything that was asked, that was required, and to get their songs played right here on the FM dial, on Oak 93.5, on the RDU Live radio show. This is what it's about. We're just trying to have a platform and a place where local artists can be a part of it and get their music, get their artistry, get their talent featured in a positive way, and just providing platforms, providing spaces for people and artists right here in the Triangle. So our next playlist show will be hosted by Tyra Lynn. She's the new host on the block for the RDU Live radio show experience right here on Oak 93.5. She's the new host. She'll be hosting that. So be on the lookout for that messaging and how to submit your music, how to get your music in. We're not asking for a lot. There's just a couple things that we ask for, like liking a post, making sure you comment on a post, sending us the music, sending us a clean radio edit, as well as a photo of some sort, either of yourself or album art, just to showcase for the flyer. That's all we're asking. And, we're doing this, one, because we're trying to be professional and we're trying to set you as the artist up in a professional light. But we're also doing it so that, our artists get used to dealing with media, dealing with radio outlets in this market and bigger markets and beyond. And so this is really our way of trying to help. So if you're an artist out there and you might not know how to make a radio edit, how to make a clean edit, or how to submit your music into somewhere, hey, reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you kind of understand those things and figure that thing out so that you can get your music, your artistry played on a playlist show like this here or wherever you're trying to go. So that's really what this thing is all about. And we appreciate every artist that reaches out to us, every artist that likes our page, everybody, every human, every person that likes the pages and really supports what we have going on here on the RDU Live show here on Oak 93.5. So once again, the playlist show will be hosted by Tyra Lynn next month, and we're going to be putting that messaging out so that you guys are aware of what we have going on and how and when the deadline is to submit your music. We're not trying to be too tough. We're not going to be too tough. However, we do stick to our deadlines and our requirements and the things that we ask, just so that we make it fair for everyone. We make it fair for everyone, as well as we keep up a level of professionalism for ourselves, and we pass that on to the artists so that everyone knows when you're here, when you're on this playlist, it means something. It means something. So we appreciate everybody that's out there, whether you're listening on the FM dial, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Live 365, or even out there on Instagram. We appreciate everybody for tuning in and being locked into what we have going on. All right. So we got about 15 more minutes. Well, we got about 10 more minutes, and then we're going to get off of here. We fulfilled the playlist show. We had 5 artists. Once again, send my appreciation to all the artists out there for being on the playlist show, as well as we got a couple running conversations going. We got a couple running conversations just to kind of pose the questions and make people think just a little bit. If you want to call in, got about 10 minutes to do so. That phone number is 919-899-9305. That's 919-899-9305. All right. Yeah. Call in, have a conversation. We're talking about business in the Triangle and how things are opening, closing, and just the commerce around live music, live events, and the venues associated with. We're also talking about the Olympics. It's a buzz topic right now. We're just talking about it. Hey, one thing about a Cam's conversation, one thing about it when I'm on, I might not agree with you. Okay. I'm not going to argue with you, but I might not agree with you. And but that's what we're looking for. We're looking to have honest conversation about different things and hear some opinions and just talk and just stir conversation up. Am I one of those people that just likes to stir the pot, like to stir conversations up? I mean, maybe that's what you do when you're on the radio. I don't know. I like to represent all the people. I have this saying. I'm a man of the people. So I try to represent all sides or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so we're having that conversation today, and we'll be having those conversations ongoing as we keep on going through the end of the year. Man, it's already August. I know it's July, whatever, July 30th, but in reality, as you get older, you realize when it's past the 15th, it's the next month. So it's already coming into August, and we've talked about it the very next show. So we're here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Our very next show, Tyra Lynn will be hosting that show as the Tyra Lynn Tunes In segment. She'll have her own segment, and her guest artist will be Christian Turner. He's an artist. He's a musician. So they'll be having a conversation. We got some tracks to play from Christian Turner. So she'll be here having that interview conversation, all of the above, running those tracks, previewing those tracks from Christian Turner. So be on the lookout next Tuesday, 6 p.m. right here on Oak 93.5 on the RDU Live radio show. Tyra Lynn Tunes In with Christian Turner. It's going to happen. So be on the lookout. Be here. Be here on the stream, on the FM dial, on the Instagram live, wherever you're going to be there, locked and loaded, ready to hear Tyra Lynn Tunes In. All right. And then we got, some other things going on. Dame is going to be back at the end of August. If you've been waiting on Dame, Camus Leonardo, to be sitting back in the seat, he's going to be back in the seat in August. Don't worry. I know you like listening to Dame talk a little bit more than me, and that's okay. He'll be back at the end of the month, at the end of August. He'll be back on. So be on the lookout for who his guest will be. We'll be previewing that as a little bit closer. You'll see the flyers. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. Of course, I'll be on with Cam's conversation. I'll be on talking about business in the Triangle and or pickleball. We're talking about the Olympics and stuff. I'm not going to get into pickleball today. I'm gonna spare the people. Hey, if you haven't been listening to the show, pickleball is a sore spot for me. I just think it's a farce. I don't think it's a real sport. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it around, and it's controversial. I know. I have some stories about some pickleball issues that have arisen in the last couple of weeks, but I won't go into them today. I won't go into my pickleball soliloquies today. All right, I'll spare you. But yeah, August is that. And be on the look for September. Be on the lookout for September. September is a big month around here for the RDU Live radio show. It'll mark a year. Of us being on the airwaves. September 5th is the exact date, but September, that whole month, that marks a year for us being on the airwaves. So we're going to be doing some special things. We're going to be doing some live on location things in September. So be on the lookout for that date on the Tuesday that'll be happening live on location. Hey, and if you're not around, if you're around in the area, come out. So be on the lookout so that you can come out. Man, I'm on one today. I'm on one. You guys got to see what I did there. You got to see what I did there. And so be on the lookout for that. And I mean, you already know. I didn't call it out at the top of the show because I was trying to get into the playlist, but you already know it's Tuesday. CJ Baker and the crew there at the Durham Beer Garden tonight. The Durham Beer Garden in downtown Durham. Of course, CJ Baker and the crew. They have an artist that does a showcase at 8, and then at about 9:30, 10, the open mic night starts. Bring your rhymes, bring your raps, bring your lyrics, and bring your instruments. It's also a jam session. So if you play an instrument and you want to come in, get in on the jam session, or be a solo artist, a featured artist in the open mic, you can do so as well. It's Tuesday. You already know. These things are known right here on the RDU Live radio show. We talk about it every Tuesday. So if you're not there, I don't know where you're at. It's a very interesting point to make. Look, so, hey, we're going to get off of here a little bit early today. I'm trying to get to the open mic. We're going to get off of here a little bit early today. But I do want to recap some things. Today was the playlist show where I appreciate every artist. I have to keep saying that because that is the heartbeat of what we do. The artists and the musicians that are here, they either sit on the other side of the table or that submit their music to us so that they can be played on the playlist show. They are the heartbeat to what we do. So I have to show my appreciation to all those artists. Hey, Jay Faith, we appreciate you. St. Pat, we appreciate you. Proton, we appreciate you. Miss Estella Johns, we appreciate you. Eddie Lowe, I appreciate you for submitting your music, and all the other artists that have come through, that have sat on the other side of the table, that have submitted music into the playlist shows of the past and the playlist shows of the future. I appreciate you as well for keeping this ship afloat, A couple things I just want to call out as I end this show. Hey, I don't do it often, but there's a magazine article floating out there about myself. Voyage Raleigh did a write-up. Really want to say appreciate Voyage Raleigh and the good people over there. Amazing write-up and so happy to be featured, spotlighted, whatever words you want to use there. But also CJ Baker, once again, he has a magazine article out there on Canvas Rebel. If you have a chance, go to Canvas Rebel, search for CJ Baker, and read that article. Give it a like, give it a view. Just go to the page, give it a like, give it a view, and give it a read. Well-deserved. CJ Baker being spotlighted in the Canvas Rebel magazine. Well-deserved to CJ Baker. Let's see if I can give a short applause. Yeah, we'll do that for CJ Baker on his magazine article in Canvas Rebel. Look, we appreciate everyone for listening today. We'll be back on the airways with Tyra Lynn Tunes In next Tuesday at 6 p.m. We're going to get off of here just a few minutes early. Let you hear some music. Let you just kind of wind down as the real evening starts, get past 7 o'clock, and that sun starts to go down, starts to get a little bit cooler. We're going to let you kind of have that evening. We appreciate you for all that you do as listeners and all the support that you have for us here on the radio show. Look, I'm Cameron McCarty, and this is the RDU Live radio show right here on Oak 93.5. And like I like to say,